Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. We're going to do a pick a card reading here called The Blind Spot. Now this spread looks at what others see about you and maybe your situation that you yourself cannot see. So I've seen this particular spread done by a few different readers, adapted in very cool different ways. I feel like the spread that I'm referring to may not be exact to the original, which I believe was created by Aleister Crowley. However, I don't really think that matters. I'm not sure why I'm making a note of that. Maybe somebody needs to know that. But there's something about origins here. The Fool. Yeah, do the origins really matter, or does, I'm hearing, the technology serve us? Can we use the technology? The question is not who created it, but what we can do with it now. I have no idea what that's about. Feels like a message to the collective. Perhaps it resonates for someone. Now, certainly the devil. In some cases, the origins do matter, okay? So that's not a blanket statement. It's just, what is this about? Four of Wands. Something that we can utilize to help build some kind of structure here after a time of repose. Okay. I just got interrupted there by a phone call, which I feel like could be a message for someone. Let's see. King of Swords. Perhaps you're going to hear from an air sign, or you're going to hear some truth, some clarity, some information coming in real soon for you. Okay, just a side message there. Before we begin with the pick a card, you may remember that a couple months ago I mentioned if I get to 20K subscribers, I'll be giving away 2 free readings. That is still happening. And I figure the best way to do that for you to enter to win a free 15-minute reading with me is to write in the comments your favorite symbol, or a symbol that you've been seeing a lot of lately, or something you think is really significant. Other people should know about the significance of this symbol. So you can write the name of the symbol, like eagle, triangle, I don't know, candle, elephant, water. These are random, I don't know. Whatever it is for you. It could be something very complicated, something very simple, and then the significance of that symbol. You don't have to write a novel. You can if you want. But this is, I thought this would be a good way for people to enter, because not only does it allow you to share your symbol with others, but after I collect everybody's symbol, I'm going to print them out and put them in a bucket. We're going to pull out who wins on camera, but we'll have that kind of reservoir, that bank of knowledge, our own little book, if you will, of signs and symbols from the collective. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. The next 5 collective readings, including this one, so any pick a card, all signs, anything like that I do, I will remind you that you can write the symbol, your symbol, in the comment section below. Not in the sign readings, just in collective readings. Okay, is that what I wanted to say about that? Is that everything? I think so. You can, of course, do it more than once. You can comment on this video a symbol, and in another video a different symbol, or the same symbol, whatever you want to do. There's like not a whole lot of rules here, okay? And then after you win, and I make a video to tell you who won, if you win, and I said that with such certainty. I saw 222. So after you win, then I will tell you how to get into contact with me. So to kick it off, I figured that we should get a sign or a symbol from Spirit. So let's get one from the collective, and then we'll get into the pick a card. If you're not interested in this whole bit, then you can skip ahead to the timestamps. Okay, Spirit, do you want to give us a symbol that is of significance for the collective right now? Rowan. The Rowan stands for the second letter of the Ogham, Ogham, tree alphabet. Because it's at home in mountainous places and is sacred to the goddess, the Rowan is sometimes called the Lady of the Mountain. It's also called witchbane or witchwood, underlying the belief that Rowans act as protectors from witchcraft or malevolent magic. The power of the tree is such that the stake driven through the heart of the vampire to kill it once and for all was meant to be made of rowan wood. I hope I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right? The part of my brain that handles pronunciation is severely underdeveloped, guys. I don't know what happened there. Yes, I am checking this. Yeah, that's right.
Rowan.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Although the rowan is a symbol of protection, particularly against witches, it's also said that the trees grow in places where they are needed, primarily where witches make their homes. It's funny because I was just on a walk with someone yesterday and I was saying, you know, if anything happens to me, I want you to plant a tree in my name, like in my place. And I was kind of thinking, what tree would that be? Maybe it will be a rowan. Okay, witches themselves favored it as a magical tree, using its wood, berries, and leaves in spell casting and charm making. Because the rowan is believed to have magical powers, the wood is among those used for wands and dowsing rods. There's also a charm made of rowan, which is particularly efficacious since it combines the protective powers of the tree with the similar powers of the cross. 2 twigs are tied together with red thread to make a small amulet. This was used as a symbol of protection over doorways and also over babies' cots to protect the infant from being kidnapped by fairies or other mischievous spirits. The rowan is also symbolic of psychic powers and is believed to confer the gift of divination. The berries of the tree possess hallucinogenic qualities, and the wine, or simply the juice made from these berries, was favored by the Druids in their shamanic practices. Groves of rowan trees were sacred places where practices were carried out and which were especially powerful in the presence of water. Okay, interesting stuff here. That kind of, I feel like that was a little bit of an answer for me from Spirit about what kind of tree should be planted in my name. Thank you for that. But definitely there's a significance in there for you. Okay, let's get into the reading here, your blind spot. So we'll have 3 different piles. Let's see, how do we want to identify the pile's spirit? The first one is this bell. The second one is this lava stone. And the third one is this tiger's eye. Should we also pull a card? Let's also pull a card. So you can go based on those objects or the card that follows. Okay, of course you can choose more than one group. Do whatever you feel guided to do. First group, the ancestors with the bell. Interesting. I'll take a picture and you can pause the video to kind of meditate if you feel like it, but usually your intuition immediately already has an indication of where it wants to go. The lava stone is the novice. And the tiger's eye is Decay. Okay, so you can go ahead and pick your group. Group 1, Pixel has joined us. So you are the bell. Yeah, you like that? Don't need it. And the ancestors. So let's see what your blind spot is. Let me just pull up this spread here. Okay. So we need 4 cards. Here, spirit guides. The ancestor. Ooh, exciting. I kind of wanted to layer this reading up. However, we have now run out of some space. Let's see, we don't want to create a mess here. Okay, guys. Let's see. 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll get some tarot on top of that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what Spirit has to say to you. So, your outside appearance here, what others know and see about you. We have dreams. I'm getting a very earthy vibe here. With death. Ooh, yeah, it feels like the Taurus Scorpio axis here, actually. And here comes Wolfgang. Yeah, there's something about like a duality that you represent. Okay, so there may be 2 very distinct sides of you in terms of maybe you have two different ways in which you present to the world, or 2 careers, or I don't know. There's something here about honoring difference. People see you as somebody who acknowledge, accepts, and honors difference. We should have done a pick a cat with all of this. I know she's gonna eat you. I don't know where else to put you. I think the cats coming up for your reading is very significant here as well. Okay, so I feel like maybe you're actually an animal lover, but there is something about you that is highly intuitive. I feel like you have a lot of patience. Your ancestors maybe speak to you through animals, maybe even cats. The Death card and dreams. Some people know how prophetic you can be. You have this appearance about you that is very powerful. I feel like in some contexts, when you walk into the room, some people might be a little bit startled or avoid you in some sense. That would be the Scorpio energy that you're emitting, regardless of your sign. Okay, I feel like you're working on this axis of Taurus, Scorpio. Maybe it's only right now because that's where the nodes are. It was me, relax. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Maybe you want to pick another group if you don't enjoy this situation. Okay, but it's happening. So some people might be unnerved by, I'm hearing unmoored. Maybe they kind of unravel. It feels, when people see you, they feel as though you can see through them. You can see past their persona. Interesting. And it makes them a little bit nervous. Other people welcome you with open arms, and that's your soul tribe. I'm hearing your kin. Those are people who you should surround yourself with when you want to raise your vibration, naturally. What else is coming through with these cards? You also have this streak of idealism, but I feel like it's very subtle, actually. You're smart about it, okay? It's not foolish idealism. It's practical idealism, and that's kind of, yeah, see that duality, right? That's kind of oxymoronic in a way, but it's, sorry. It's not like a utopian kind of perspective. It's striving for what can be done or how things could be, moving towards that energy, believing in the power of light. You bring this very confident energy into situations where no matter what's going on, you're not scared of transformation. Like, let's try it this way. Let's do it that way. Or, maybe we need to switch things up. With death here, you're very open to things transmuting and transforming. And it has something to do with you. I'm hearing axis. Yeah, it's like your energy running along an axis here that where that you can move back and forth between stability, security, and transformation and rebirth. It's very cool. Maybe you do have Taurus and Scorpio heavily in your chart, and people pick that up about you. The vibe I'm getting is that people see you, dreams with death, as very powerful. And even if they're not able to articulate exactly what it is they're perceiving about you, they know it's something connected to a higher power. So regardless of what sign you are, look at what house Scorpio and Taurus are ruling in your chart. Do you have any planets, personal or outer planets, in those signs? Because that's what people are picking up on with you. Cool. I like that. But I could see how sometimes that might scare people away. That's okay. So, ancestors. Anything here about the ancestors? No, let's keep going. Goodness. Okay, this is the unknown, what you're not aware of, what no one can see, but what is ruling you and your actions. Source. Ooh. And the Knight of Cups. Oh, group one, I love this. Your creations, including the way in which you express love, it's all divinely guided. 1 second. I'm hearing mediator here. You might resonate with that concept, but that's not what I'm talking about here, but I heard it. Whatever it is you enjoy creating, or who you love, or how you experience love, is the way that you connect to Source. So whenever you want to connect to Source, the divine, spirit, God, all you have to do is feel the energy of love, maybe with another or with yourself, or maybe even with some special animals here, and or create something that comes from your heart. See, there's something about you. You have a very big, beautiful heart and a powerful mind. Yeah, that's how I would describe you. Big, beautiful heart with a powerful mind. Okay, let's keep going. The hidden, what you know but won't show others. Disguise. And Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, I'm hearing jackpot. What you know but won't show others. Well, there's a few things coming in here. I guess the most important, significant thing that I'm being guided to share with you about yourself is that you can see the potential in other people, like their soul's growth. Not matrix potential, I'm not talking about that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you can see the greatness, the gold I'm hearing, the gold in others. You can see what other people are capable of accomplishing. But because disguise is here, and this is something that's hidden and what you don't show others, you don't try to push people towards their destiny or their path or becoming who they are, etc., healing. You allow people to find out who they are for themselves. But it's very cool. It's kind of like you sit back and you admire people's growth. I so love that. What else here? Well, I do believe you see hidden opportunities, okay, to potentially make money or be successful or to combine all things into one. Now, the Ace of Pentacles represents the potential for alchemy of all of the different elements, right? Earth, air, fire, water, and ether. That's the 5 points of the pentacle, of the pentagram. So this is a card about, yes, the potential for something material, but it's more of the potential to alchemize different forces and bring them into existence, to bring something into being, right? It's very magical, this card. This is this card to me, I'm hearing magician. This is what the magician does. So you know how to manifest things. You know how to seek out hidden opportunities. I'm hearing higher self. Maybe you're not fully always aware of this, or you don't trust and believe sometimes that you're capable of doing this, but you are. Ancestors, what you want to say about this? Since your ancestors are here. Oh, where'd you put the tarot cards? Here, there. Ancestors, what do you want to say? What do you want to say to group 1? Queen of Cups. All you have to really do is follow your heart. Cheesy, I know, but not really. It's not cheesy. It's difficult, actually. Because a lot of the times where our heart wants to take us, the matrix doesn't want us to go there, right? We're told, no, there's no money in that. There's no love over there. There's, you got to do things this way, that way, and the other. And you're like, no, actually, you don't. Okay, so I feel like you have a very spiritual perspective of the world, and you may not always share your perspective with others. You could have a spiritual practice that not a lot of people are aware of. Okay. Let's see. I'm hearing a healing. Maybe it's a healing practice. The blind spot. What you can't recognize in yourself, but others can see in you. Oh, anguish. And the Fool. I'm hearing quantum leaps, timeline shifting. I feel like, the difficult things you've been through in your life, things that have brought you lots of anguish, okay, and pain, perhaps even some trauma, the Star. It's like, I don't know how to say this. Well, I'll just say what I'm seeing. It's like you jump onto a new timeline. Rather than getting stuck in the low vibrations of that anguish or ruminating in that place, and, maybe you have in the past, but you've definitely cut it off, right? You've said at some point, no, this is enough. And it's like you jump timelines. Oh, yeah. You jump timelines. You say, I'm not dealing with that. So what other people see in you is your ability to heal yourself with the Star. The ability to carry yourself through very difficult circumstances. Perhaps you feel like other people don't see your strength and how much you've been through, but they do. They see it in you. They see, that's the power they see. There's also questions people have about, like, how does group 1 know how to do that, know how to do this, can do that? Like, where are they getting all of this knowledge from? Where are they getting all this creativity and insight from, and you're getting it from your heart, your ancestors, and source. I'm hearing trifecta. Ooh. Cool. So this is something you don't see in yourself. That those circumstances of anguish, see, I typically would read this, okay, as your traumas or the things that have brought you pain give you new beginnings, transmute you into energy of new beginnings. But that's not exactly what I'm feeling here. I'm sure that does happen, but this is something more complicated that people are picking up on. It's something to do with timeline shifting that you do. And I feel like you can go back in time as well. Maybe in your mind, maybe energetically. High Priestess. Yeah, there's something. King of Cups. There's something different about you, Group 1, that others are picking up on, but you don't quite see your own power. Okay, Group 1, that's the reading I have for you. You can check out the other groups if you want to, because I feel like this energy was a little bit interesting, but the cats and the distraction they're creating here and taking up all this space, I feel like is a cloaking, actually. It's like protecting your reading, protecting your energy, cloaking the message. You really have to pay attention here in order to receive what Spirit's saying. And that's to protect you in some way. Yeah. When other people don't see you the way you feel you ought to be seen, it's a cloaking mechanism that is happening for your protection. Because you are very powerful. Right? Okay, Group 1, that's what I have for you. I hope that you liked this and that helped you. And I'll see you next time. Okay, guys. I love you so much, Pixel. And I know they love you too. But I need to work here. So we're going to get you out of here. I know. Don't kick me. You're such a grump. I'm sorry. I love you. Group 2, those of you who chose the lava rock here and the novice. Let's see what your blind spot is. Okay. Group 2, Spirit Guides. What messages do we have for Group 2 about their blind spot? There's 2 cards that want to come out here for your blind spot. Interesting. I'm hearing impatient, okay? I don't know if you feel impatient with something or people see you as impatient. I'm not sure, but I heard that word there. Yes, 2 more cards here. Okay, let's look. Your outside appearance, what you know others can see about you. Resilience. And the 8 of Cups. Damn. You may be a novice or resonate with that energy, but do you ever know when it's time to walk away? Okay, good for you. I feel like, you know, for some of you, maybe not for all of you, you've healed from some kind of codependency in the past, or issues around self-esteem, and you've reached a point here in your life where if something doesn't work for you, you are able to walk away from it. You are able to put your self-worth as a priority in any kind of context or situation. Okay, you know who you are, you know what you have to offer the world, and you're not going to stick it out to hope that somebody else sees your value. Because if somebody else doesn't see it, that means they're not valuable to you. Interesting. So maybe you do interact with a lot of new energies, people who need healing or need to spiritually ascend or need karmic lessons in some way or another, and you trigger that for them. This could be positive or negative, but once you walk away, regardless of how that feels and how that process plays out for you, other people see how strong and resilient you are. That you can do what you set your mind out to do. You can accomplish that, whatever that is. Wow. I also feel like for some of you, you pick up things really quick. A new talent, a new hobby, a new interest, a new job. It's like, maybe you have some Gemini in your chart. I don't know. Geminis are adaptable. But it's like you know how to get into the groove with something. I'm hearing something about, I'm looking at the lava rock and I'm hearing something about volcano. I've actually walked on lava that was 3 days old in Hawaii. It was pretty crazy. It was actually hot underneath your feet. It was really dangerous. But there's something, that memory is coming to me, and it never has before with this stone. So there's something about you taking risks here as well. It's like you see a tower moment or an explosion or an eruption of some sort as a potential to what? The Fool. For something new to be formed, for you to walk a new path, even if that path seems a little bit circuitous or a little bit dangerous, or so you have this adventurer spirit within you that others see, but most of all, people see your emotional strength and resilience. Okay, so the next card represents the unknown, what you're not aware of, what nobody can see, but what is ruling your actions, your behavior. Renewal. 5 of Swords. This is what nobody can see, including yourself. Renewal with the 5 of Swords. Let's get a little bit further on this. Tell me more, spirit guides. The High Priestess. Well, the High Priestess has a cycle, right? Like she goes into the, according to myth, if you want to associate her with Persephone, she goes into the underworld in the winter, right? That's why, everything dies, because her mother, Demeter, who's the empress, the goddess, the one who has abundance and makes things grow on earth. That's why everything dies, because she weeps, she's sad, Persephone's gone into the underworld, and then Persephone comes back up in the spring to the light, to the earthly plane as well, I'm hearing, to the earthly plane. And everything grows, because Demeter is happy, the empress is happy. So there's something about that cycle with renewal that's going on for you. 9 of Pentacles, something you're doing on your own here, though. There's no Demeter. There's no Empress in the picture here. Interesting. Okay, hold on a second. it's like you go away for some time to fight a battle and you come back renewed the next season. This could be an inner battle. Maybe you're doing some shadow work. Maybe this is people you meet along your path that you have to learn a lesson from or teach a lesson to, or engage in some kind of conflict here. But whatever it is, you reemerge always as more knowledgeable, with more psychic development. But this is something that you're not even aware of. So there's something about cycles here with you, cycles of potential conflict. This could be inner conflict or with somebody on the outside. It could be both, but it's like there is a cycle here that you're on. Yeah, it's interesting. Can we get one more on this? 9 of Pentacles again. This cycle is strengthening your independence and giving you reassurance that you know what you know because you've experienced it, So you speak from experience, you know things from experience, so you go through things in order to gain that knowledge. Interesting. So perhaps you do pick up on this, that there's times where you feel down or you feel, angry or whatever it is. You feel like, wow, I was just in this great place last month or last week or yesterday, and now here I am feeling this other way, and I'm not really sure why I'm even here. This is part of that cycle, right? It's like some conflict needs to be resolved for you to reemerge even stronger than you were before. It's interesting. It's not a bad thing. It's just something to be aware of. Okay, so the next card is what's hidden, what you know, but you won't show others. Structure. With 3 of Pentacles. You like some structure here? Well, that's understandable, because without some kind of rhythm, structure, season here, reassurance that the season will change, there would be some kind of fear that you'd get stuck in the underworld, that it would be winter forever, which I would love. No, I do love the winter, but no, I take that back. Okay, so you do appreciate knowing what's going to happen next. Interesting. You also know how to achieve things. I'm hearing if you play by the book, if you play by the rules, you'll get the reward. Perhaps you see other people doing all sorts of things to gain some recognition, get the promotion, make, achievements, whatever it is, and you're like, it's written right there what you need to do. That's all you need to do. You don't need to impress in ways beyond the instructions. I don't know. Group 2. Let's get a little bit further. You also know, why is this hidden though? Why is this hidden? Ace of Swords. Magician. We have the 9 of Wands here too. You also know that adhering to a structure here, and I don't mean like matrix, but some kind of routine or schedule or understanding or structured knowledge, or even it's like knowing the fundamentals of alchemy, like having that kind of baseline here working with that, staying with that, allows you to discover new things. So it's like you don't need to shatter what's already been. This goes back to that first message. You just need to find ways to work within it. I don't know. It's like in that first message when I said it's not about the origins of something, it's, is it still of use here? That's what you know. Yeah, the use value of something, even if you don't show others. Maybe because they wouldn't agree, or maybe because they're not ready to see something here. Now, on a real literal sense, I also feel like you have a lot of achievements that you don't share with others. Okay, this could be anything here, rewards, degrees, something like that. And you don't feel the need to flaunt that, even though you've worked really hard for that. Okay, the blind spot, what you can't recognize, but what others see in you. Balance. Grief. Ooh. I'm hearing grief counselor, Queen of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. Wow. You really help people here. Or at least you have the capacity to do it. Regardless if this actually happens or not, people feel like they could come to you to help them balance difficult emotions. You are kind of like, I'm hearing a warm blanket for some. This has to do with this quality in yourself that you don't see, this high priestess cyclical going into the underworld. People who are grieving, whether that's because they lost someone or due to them passing or a breakup, or they lost a job, or they feel like they lost a part of themselves, whatever it is, they're grieving something, and it's like they sense that you have some deeper wisdom and understanding of what that process is all about, because intuitively they pick up that you do regularly go to the underworld to gain more knowledge, to gain more tools, to help people deal with grief. Maybe you even did this for yourself at some point. But you are the light in the dark here for people. And why can't group 2 see this about themselves? Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Cups. Because there's something about this kind of work being difficult. Perhaps you're really focused on a new cycle, new beginnings, happiness. Why would you want to go into the underworld every now and then in cycles? Why would you want to, be so entrenched in the energy of grief with others? There's something about that maybe you don't feel like you want to do here. And what's the advice on that? 8 of Wands. I'm hearing you don't have to do much. The Tower. 8 of Wands and the Tower. It's like the Hangman. Yeah, it's like you say something here to people who are grieving or going through difficult things. Maybe it's even a sentence, or I don't know. It's a small kind of message here. You don't need to say anything big, but you say it with such force and confidence that it just hits people, creates a revelation, realization, and a new perspective here on something. Your words are very powerful. I feel like you've been rewarded for that along the way somehow, maybe within an institution or a structure. And perhaps you think that the reason you're able to heal people or help people or why people are drawn to you is because you've done some kind of training or work or reading or, I don't know, some kind of preparation to help people. And maybe that's a part of it, sure. But the bigger part is this cycle that you have, this contract that you've made about being the high priestess. Page of Wands, and delivering the messages that the high priestess has to deliver. Like the high priestess here can experience the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups, right? Definitely can experience that. But the wheel always goes back as well. Maybe into the Five of Cups, right? It's not the Hermit. Maybe not exactly despair, but hermit energy. You know what I'm saying? Does this make sense? I hope so. Okay, that's what I have for you. But I feel like you need to know what to do with this. Okay. What should group 2 do with this information, Spirit? What do you want them to do? Four of Wands. Four of Swords. Yeah, I'm hearing you don't have to do much. King of Cups. Queen of Swords. The way that you're able to talk about emotions, emotional difficulties, all of that stuff is so clear. Like you are so clear about how to heal and get back on top of a situation. Interesting. There's something you should do with this, build some kind of security for yourself with this gift that you have, or maybe it's not a gift, but this energy that you hold, Two of Cups, to come into union with others and help them through some difficult times. Hierophant, there's that structure again. It's like you can build something, a business maybe out of this, or there's something you could do with this. The Lovers, work with somebody who has equal capacity to help guide others. I feel like you're a teacher, and I also feel like you want to move away from that. Like sometimes you feel perhaps it's too heavy. Yeah, Two of Wands, and you come to this crossroads like, is this really what I want to do? Because this is like a lot. Let's get some more advice, and then we'll move to group 3. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. I feel like as you help others, you're also helping yourself, which is always kind of the way it goes, Yeah. Okay, group 2, that's what I have for you. Hopefully that helped, and I'll see you next time. Those of you who chose Decay and the Tiger's Eye. Let's see. What's your blind spot? It's interesting. I'm putting the cards face down, and the only one to flip over is concealed, not wanting to conceal itself. What is concealed doesn't want to be concealed. Interesting. The underworld here. Okay, let's see. This is for group 3, Spirit. Okay. Your outside appearance, what you know and others can see about you. Transient. And 10 of Wands. Well, you've been through a lot of change in your life. Maybe you've moved around to a lot of places, had some career changes, but things are always kind of in motion for you. Okay, you might feel like things don't stay still. long enough to even decay. Sometimes you're exhausted, okay? You're exhausted by how much work you have to do. And all the transitions and transformations and changes, upheavals that you went through and that you feel like might be ahead of you. So people see you as carrying the weight of constant transformation. And this is what you know others can see about you. Okay, so perhaps you've had a very colorful life or a difficult life, and you've told other people about this. You could also be asking other people for help, okay? And they could see that you could use some help, the world here. It's like you're trying to come to a completion of a cycle, but it's like either the cycle keeps going or it just turns into something else, but it doesn't feel like a completion to you. Yeah. Okay. So what's unknown, what you're not aware of that no one can see, including yourself, but what is kind of guiding you? Vulnerability. With the 9 of Swords. Wow, group 3. Okay. Well, this is a fear of being vulnerable for sure. There is something, you know, when we constantly go through transitions and transformations and we're moving around or whatever's going on where it's like we can't catch our breath with something, or we're just really busy, there can be a sense of vulnerability because we're lacking some stability, right? Some core stability. So this is what you don't know about yourself. So, you know, take it or leave it, but it's like inside there's this anxiety somewhere. Maybe it's locked away in a shadow space. I don't know. But there's this anxiety, this fear, this worry here about safety, security. Maybe not in this moment. Maybe you're thinking about the future, or it could be now. I don't know. But it's like, am I going to be okay? Even with the world, the way the world is changing, right? The world is definitely changing. Transient world, decay. And you feel that energy of the world changing. 10 of Wands. Like, oh shit, where is humanity going here? Okay. So what do you want to say about this, Spirit? 8 of Cups. You have to, Fool. You can't resist the energy. You have to work with it. So whatever changes are happening around you, in the world, in your personal life, and these are things that you have no control over, look at them as, I'm hearing, well, I heard frequencies, but it's like energy. How do I want to say that? Look at the changes as an offering of energy that you can utilize to create something new with. So it's like, okay, well, this is where we're going as a society. This is what it's all about. What can I do with that collective energy? Is there something positive here? Is there something maybe other people aren't seeing or I'm not seeing that could be useful? This is that. Group 2 had this too. This goes back to that original message. It's not about the origins. It's about the use value, right? So it's like that energy that brings you anxiety it's not about where it comes from. It's about what the energy can do for you. Okay? Because Anxiety is an intense energy, right? Fear, worry, Nine of Swords. It's intense, right? So if we're able to transmute that energy, to take it, like picture it like coming towards you like this, or even out of you, and it forms like a ball here, like a big ball like that. That's that energy of anxiety. Now, take that ball, okay, and expand it outwards like this card. Turn it from a white ball or black ball or whatever it is of anxiety into all of these different colors. Expand it in your space. Look at it and say, wow, this is an intense energy here that I can do something with. Like, this energy wasn't available to me before, but now it is. And it's not so much for you, it's not so much the frequency of the energy, the fear and all of that stuff. It's the intensity of it that is useful for you. There's so much material for you to work with. I know this is abstract. This is why things don't really have a chance to decay here. Because you're supposed to use it. You're not just supposed to be like, oh, okay, here's that ball. I'll put it over there and I'll wait till it goes away and it decays and the energy dissipates. No. You want to take that and really work with it to do something. To do something really cool here. The reflection. To shift your perspective, to chain, I'm hearing chains. I saw a prisoner there. To change your perspective, to break your trapped, to break yourself from these chains and find a place of peace. Okay, but I don't know exactly what we're getting at here, but it seems really powerful. Ace of Wands. So let's keep going. So this is what you're unaware of, how this energy is both influencing your day-to-day behavior, your thoughts, your beliefs, your intuition, all of it. How the Nine of Swords is there. But even more than that, what you're unaware of is how you can use that to your benefit. Don't look at it as a negative. I know that's really hard to do. For example, if you've ever had a panic attack, it can be one of the most scariest things that you've been through. But for some reason, that panic attack marks some kind of shift in energy. I'm hearing if you think about it, like if you think about that time and then what happened after, there's some kind of transmutation that happened. I don't know, guys. Okay, let's move on. This is hidden. What you know, but others won't show you. But, oh no, sorry. What you know, but won't show others. Concealed. The Star. That you can do this. You know you can do this. You know that you can transmute the energy of the Nine of Swords to the Star. Yeah. Why are you concealing this from others? And a part of yourself, too. Why are you concealing this from others? Tears. Well, because there's a vulnerability. Maybe if others know what you're capable of, they'll attack you or take it away from you or shame you in some way, betray you. And that kind of fear might come from a previous experience that you've had, storm, a chaotic experience. Tell me more what group 3 knows but won't show others. The Chariot. You know the way forward here. Why is group 3 not showing others this? Why? Why is group 3 not showing others this? 2 of Cups. Yeah, because it's like it's a question of vulnerability. I feel like 6 of Cups. I feel like you shared this potential to heal or transmute, or to see, to work with energy. You showed this to somebody here in the past. And maybe, well, what happened? High Priestess, Nine of Cups, Justice. Well, you got something you wanted here. Are you potentially afraid of your own powers? Perhaps you're afraid that you're fooling yourself about what you can do. Fertility. Memory. You okay, listen. Group 3. You have some massive, magical, I'm hearing phenomenal capacities to work with energy, like on a high level here. And your soul knows it, memory with fertility. And you know it too. But because you've dealt with difficult things in your life that have created instability and insecurity, you haven't really been given the opportunity to feel safe enough to fully explore your own, I'm hearing magnetic, energetic capacities, your ability to work with energy. And, or if you have, you experienced something that scared you, okay? Maybe something powerful happened and you were like, whoa, I don't know if I'm ready for that. You know, like, I don't know. Okay, maybe something spiritual happened. I don't see a negative experience here that you had. I feel like you predicted something or you manifested something. You knew something was going to go down in a certain way and it did. And you're like, who am I? How am I making this happen? Is this okay? Is this okay? And it is okay here. What do you want to say, Spirit? Galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. I feel like this is a message for you here. It's a card from a different deck that was stuck here, which I take as a sign. Let me get the book out if I can find it quickly. 24. You are connected here to the divine matrix. You might have been thinking and acting like you were the only one in the dream creating your life. The galactic mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. Ooh, see? The universal laws are not for your benefit only. The law of attraction does not exist just to serve up your desired outcome. Right, so it's like, perhaps you were fearful that you were going to use your powers in an irresponsible way. Or you did at some point. Take it however resonates. The matrix of consciousness, called Source or God, Spirit, is intricately woven into life. There is so much complexity that the human mind cannot comprehend all the moving parts. Seriously. Seriously. It's impossible to see beyond what you already know. Just as the head of a mushroom is clearly visible, holy shit, above the soil, but not the living biome below. Look at the mushrooms here on Decay. Wow, okay. The thread-like mycelium of fungi form vast, intricate networks underground, connecting different life forms with one another in a kind of internet of the planet kingdom. Imagine the divine matrix serving the same way, connecting the individual consciousness with that of the divine. The galactic mushroom reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever intention you hold consistently with hope and faith first manifests in the unseen realms, whether or not you can see it working on your behalf. Eventually, you see the evidence play out in the serendipitous events that work in your favor, seemingly outside of the law of cause and effect. Yes, you've done something, you've seen something, you realize how powerful you are. Your most beautiful results are being birthed right now, not just for you, but for the highest good of all. Fertility, memory. So you you did something here and you're like, oh shit, I can do this. Oh shit. And I feel like you brought justice to a situation. And now you're reflecting like, okay, I need to be responsible with this energy. Okay. I don't want to give myself negative, bad karma. I don't want to hurt other people, this kind of thing. Hopefully that's what you're feeling and thinking. And you're connecting with your higher self, asking, or a conference call, you're having a conference call about what you should do with your capacity to work with energy that is in the highest good of all. This is cool. Yeah. Okay, let's see. This is the blind spot, what you can't recognize about yourself, but what others can see in you. Stillness. Holy shit. We were saying this whole time that, I'm sorry, I'm hearing holy. Yeah, okay. We were saying this whole time that everything is moving, transient, you know? It's like you can't settle. But others actually see the peace in you, the stillness. But you don't see your own inner stillness and peace. You're anchored. You are anchored in the divine matrix in a very powerful way. You could be doing some kind of grid work even. Knight of Cups. You're a messenger here of love, I feel like. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. People see that what you have the ability to create, let's try that again. The ability you have to create and what that is that you do create is so valued by others. People respect, admire, and want you to continue building from a place of magic. What lights you up lights others up, and you can build a whole life with this. Empress. You can build a whole life with this. Does that make sense? Is that the message I'm hearing? Yes. Now I am getting guided here to look into Tiger's Eye a little bit more, since that is what you chose. I didn't really talk too much about the other objects, but let's see. Warriors valued this stone in ancient times. They believed it afforded them protection and strength. The ability to ward off the evil eye as well. I feel like there could be an awareness here that because you're so tapped in, you might attract some kind of negative energy, but you're protected here. It's your personal power that protects you. The Tiger's Eye, it says, can also help transform toxic feelings into more positive ones and may assist you in changing your perspective to view obstacles as challenges rather than setbacks. The gemstone will empower you to move past fear and build up your courage. Yeah, okay, so this is amazing. And I love you. I do love you. I love that you are so conscious of how you could misuse your power. You are aware of how this could go wrong. And because you're conscious of that and you're concerned about that as well, that is why you have that power, because you can reflect on it, because you are responsible. You know, finding the path. You are the driver and the navigator. Let's get one more. Spirit, can we get some message here about this? Simple pleasures. Look for beauty that is all around you. Fine wine. Longing is the portal to wholeness. I feel like Spirit's saying, you know, those times where you feel fearful of what's going on, ground yourself by with the things that are around you. Okay, and some kind of self-care here. And know that your path is the one that you long for with your soul and your spirit, the thing that lights you up. All right, group 3, that's what I got for you. Hopefully that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.